When the Sun overwhelms the teacher, March 7th to April 11th, 2026. Exact conjunction, March 25th. Cazimi window, March 24th to 26th. What is happening in the sky? Every year, as the Sun moves through the zodiac, it catches up to Saturn and temporarily overpowers it. This is called combustion. The planet falls too close to the solar fire and loses its ability to function normally. This year, that window opens March 7th and extends through April 11th, with the exact Sun-Saturn conjunction occurring on March 25th. During this time, Saturn is transiting Uttara Bhadrapada nakshatra in Pisces, Saturn's own constellation, which deepens and internalizes its lessons considerably. Saturn in Uttara Bhadrapada is already operating in its home territory, drawing on deep reserves of discipline and spiritual seriousness. When the Sun combusts Saturn here, those qualities don't disappear. They get compressed, pressurized, and sometimes distorted. Think of water that can't flow freely. It finds other ways out, often as anxiety, resistance, or emotional heaviness. The challenges of this transit. Saturn combustion can bring out the more difficult face of this planet. In the early part of the combust period, you may actually notice a burst of hard work, efficiency, and clarity. Saturn doubled down. But as we move closer to the exact conjunction on March 25th, that energy can tip over into something harder. You may notice tension at work. Problems with bosses, co-workers, or authority figures tend to surface. This is not the time to pick battles with your employer or push back hard on institutional structures. Be patient and strategic. Confidence dips. Saturn cuts off the Sun's ability to shine. You may feel less certain of yourself, less visible, or struggle with a kind of quiet depression or withdrawal. Loneliness and isolation. Saturn restricts the Sun's warmth, and you may feel more cut off from others than usual. The antidote to Saturn is always Venus. Music, beauty, connection, warmth. Don't isolate. Health awareness. Sun-Saturn combinations can stress the immune system, which is why flu and colds often pick up during combustion windows. Keep your immune system strong by cutting back on sugar, getting adequate rest, and supporting yourself with quality immune supplements like colostrum. If you have a history of high blood pressure or heart concerns, go a bit easier on intense exercise right now, and check in with your doctor if anything seems off. The Cazimi window, March 24th to 26th. Here's where the story gets interesting. When Saturn comes within 40 minutes of arc from the Sun, essentially entering the heart of the Sun, a rare condition called Cazimi occurs. This window, approximately March 24th through the 26th, works very differently from ordinary combustion. Rather than being overwhelmed and weakened, a Cazimi planet is taken into the divine light directly. The solar energy infuses it rather than burns it. For Saturn, this can be a genuinely spiritualizing moment. Saturn's deepest qualities, its wisdom, its discipline, its capacity for truth-telling, get bathed in solar clarity. The material manifestations of Saturn may be temporarily removed, but what's left is the soul of the teacher. Use this window intentionally. If there is a long-standing discipline you have been trying to establish, a meditation practice, a commitment to service, a hard conversation you have been avoiding, the energy of March 24th to 26th supports it. Do not waste this day on distraction. If you'd like to deepen your understanding of Vedic astrology and learn how to work with planetary transits like this in your own chart, consider my Modern Foundations course. We study the principles of Vedic astrology on a weekly live basis. Details are at appliedvedicastrology.com. Who feels this most? This combustion will land most directly on those running a Sun or Saturn dasha or sub-period. If you were born with the Sun and Saturn in close conjunction in your natal chart, transit periods like this tend to activate that signature strongly. Watch for over-responsibility, taking on too much, and the stress that follows. By rising sign, Virgo, Leo, Pisces, and Aquarius risings are likely to feel this combination more acutely. Capricorn and Aquarius rising should also pay attention, as this involves their chart ruler. Working with this energy. Saturn responds to doing the work. That is its simplest message, and it does not change during combustion. If anything, it gets louder. Here is how to navigate these weeks well. Keep your spiritual practice consistent. This is not the time to let meditation slip. Even 20 minutes a day creates remarkable inner stability during a period like this. The tendency when we feel drained is to skip exactly what helps us most, like taking off a winter coat when it's below zero. Move your body. Yoga, walking, and slow, deliberate exercise ground Saturn's anxious energy. The chair pose, Utkatasana, and mountain pose are particularly effective for grounding and calming fear. Fight isolation. The antidote to Saturn is Venus. Spend time with people you love. Sing, cook, listen to music, do something beautiful. Do not retreat into yourself completely. Serve someone. Volunteer work and acts of generosity are among the most powerful Saturn remedies. Getting out of your own problems by helping someone else is profoundly healing. Protect your health. Cut sugar. Rest more than usual and support your immune system. This is not a time for extreme physical demands. Go easier. Mark March 24th to 26th. Put it in your calendar. Use the Cazimi window consciously, for clarity, for spiritual practice, for taking on a meaningful commitment. The teacher is still teaching. I have been watching Saturn combustion patterns for nearly 4 decades, and what I can tell you is this. The planet does not stop being wise simply because it is temporarily overwhelmed by the sun. The lessons are still there. The invitation to grow in discipline, to face what we have been avoiding, to do the work, that does not go away. It just gets concentrated. You are more powerful than any planetary transit if you stay consistent in your practice. The planets are not here to punish you. They are here to teach. And right now, Saturn in Uttara Bhadrapada, even under the solar fire, is asking you to go deeper, stay committed, and trust that the water will find its way through. For deeper exploration of Saturn's lessons and how to work with challenging transits, my book, Finding Your Blind Spots. Using Vedic Astrology is available on Amazon. Sign up for our newsletter at support@appliedvedicastrology.com for weekly transit updates. May this season serve your growth.